Hello friends, welcome to today's video. As you can tell from the title, I'm going to be showing my grocery haul that I'm going to be using to make meals this week for being on plan on Weight Watchers Blue plan. This week, the plan is, it just worked out that everything that I'm having is vegetarian. I was a vegetarian for a number of years, even though it's been a while since I have been, but I still enjoy eating that way sometimes. But with that, I need to balance out getting a good amount of protein, so I'm going to be able to do that as well. What I've done is divided up the groceries that I picked up for this week into my lunch meal prep, my dinner meal prep, and then also my snacks. I don't tend to be a breakfast eater. I will get into that more. I'm planning in a couple of days I'm posting a what I eat in a day video to show how I use all of this. But for now, let's get into the groceries. I grocery shopped at two places, Walmart and Farm Boy, which is a chain here in Canada. I think it might only be in Ontario and Quebec, but it has really good fresh produce and some kind of interesting things you don't see in other places. And this is about $100 worth of groceries, maybe just under $100 worth of groceries. I'm going to start by showing the ingredients that I picked up for my lunch meal prep because I'm really sorry if this is redundant for those of you who have watched my videos before. I'm making my go-to standby black bean 0 point chili. I will include down below a link to the video I did on the recipe for this. I just find it's like delicious and craveable, and it's 0 points, and you get some good protein from the beans, and it's just very filling. So in terms of veggies in the chili, I do have here a red pepper. I believe I also have a yellow pepper in the fridge that I need to use, so I'll probably chop that up and put this into this chili as well. The original recipe I think was calling for green pepper, but I like the flavor a little bit better of non-green peppers. And then I have 2 onions here because I'll also be using one in my dinner meal prep, but I have that for the chili. Things like garlic and the spices that I need for the chili I already had on hand. And then I have 4 cans of black beans. I won't hold up all of them, but this is the no salt added. I actually don't care that much about the no salt added or salt added, but these were about 10 cents less per can. So I figured why not? Save on the budget a little bit. The recipe also calls for crushed tomatoes, so I did get a can of that, and then also tomato paste, so I got a can of that as well. I like to have my chili with some hot sauce on top, which I have in the fridge, and also some 0% Greek yogurt, plain flavored, because it just acts like sour cream. It is a 0 point food on the Blue plan, and it has a good amount of protein in it, and just makes the chili really nice and creamy. With the chili, I do like to have a side with it, usually a couple pieces of toasted bread. I'm trying a new bread this week. This is the Betty Light bread. It's just this one. I did pick this up at Farm Boy, but I believe it's also at Walmart here in Canada. And 2 slices of this bread is 90 calories, so 2 slices is 2 points on the Blue plan. On top of that, I do like to have some Laughing Cow cheese, so I picked up my favorite flavor, which is the smoked. This is basically 1 point per triangle. And then I saw a product I hadn't seen before, which is this Laughing Cow cheese, which is a mix. It's a red bean and cheese spread, and I feel like it's also going to be 1 point per triangle. Let me just scan it and find out. This also scans at 1 point per triangle, which is great, so I will let you know in my What I Eat in a Day video whether this is worth it or not. And then to sprinkle on top of my toast and cheese, I picked up some Farm Boy Everything Bagel Seasoning. I know this started out as a Trader Joe's thing in the States. We don't have Trader Joe's here in Canada, so I was excited to see this at Farm Boy. I believe there's also a mix at Costco, but being a single person, I don't have a Costco membership, so I enjoyed seeing that it was at Farm Boy. So that was my lunch. Let me get into my dinner. And my dinner is a Weight Watchers recipe that I found actually in the little recipe book that I have, but it's also on the app. It is Indian spiced potatoes and cauliflower, and I'll just put a picture up of the recipe. It is 4 points per serving and makes 4 servings. I will be using the other onion for this recipe, and it calls for a pound of potatoes, so I picked up these little new potatoes. This one is 1.5 pounds, so I'll just measure it out to make sure I'm getting the right amount. I also picked up a huge head of cauliflower for this recipe, and then also some fresh ginger, a pretty big piece because I always like to add more ginger than the recipe calls for, just because I love the flavor of it. The recipe does say that this is optional, but they suggest it if you want a little bit more protein to add in chickpeas, so I'm going to put chickpeas into mine. And finally, there were a lot of spices in this recipe. A lot of them I have on hand already. The two that I didn't have were mustard seed and cumin seed, and I could not find mustard seed. So I've looked it up, and apparently I can use a bit more turmeric as a stand-in, and then also I think maybe a little bit more spice. But I was able to find whole cumin seeds, and I did not realize, because I was doing a grocery pickup order, how many of these I now have. Like, this is next to my face. It is a huge bag. I have 400 grams of this. So if anybody in the Ottawa area needs any cumin seed, hit me up. I'm gonna have to find more recipes to use this in, but I do love things with Indian flavor, so hopefully I will get a good amount of use out of this. Now let's get into my drinks and snacks. So I've been doing this for a while. This, you know, if you've been on Weight Watchers for any amount of time in the last like 3 to 4 years, you'll know about this. I have really enjoyed having the Premier Protein and using it as like a cold coffee drink. I did not get what the fuss about this was before the caramel came in here in Canada, because the vanilla and the chocolate I just really do not like. And I know there's also like strawberry and banana, but to me that doesn't sound like a good coffee drink. But I really do enjoy the caramel, and because this is 30 grams of protein in here, when I am having a more vegetarian type week, this does help me get my protein. Now, in the past, I've been able to buy a cold brew concentrate, which is nice to add a splash to this protein drink to give that coffee flavor to it. Unfortunately, it seems to not be carried anymore at the Walmart that I go to. So I both will be sort of keeping any leftover brewed coffee that I make for the day just in a mason jar in the fridge and add that in. And I also just picked up a little can of cold brew. This will do me for the next couple of days because I don't add a huge amount to my Premier Protein. This was from Farm Boy. This is the Kicking Horse Coffee Smart Ass flavored coffee. It's not flavored coffee, it's just pure coffee. It's just cold brew. And it's unsweetened, it's just pure coffee. For snacking on and staying full through the week, I wanted to have a good amount of 0-point fruits and veggies. So I did pick up cucumber. Whoa! Maybe don't try to hold 3 cucumbers at once. Baby carrots. And then I picked up a spice pack from Clubhouse. This is the Country Herb Salads and Dip. I mix this with Greek yogurt, 0% Greek yogurt, to make a nice 0-point dip. And then for fruit, in addition to the Granny Smith apples I have in the fridge, I also picked up some seedless grapes. I love these just as they are, but also if you want something that just sort of takes it to the next level, if you take some seedless green grapes, probably purple grapes as well, or red grapes, cut them in half and just drizzle a little bit of lime juice on top of them, it makes them almost taste like sour, gummy flavored fruit. It's really good, and I'm looking forward to having these. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pick it up, but just behind me here, I did get a watermelon. It is super heavy, which is good. I think I want it heavy for its size. I don't buy a lot of uncut fresh watermelon, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's just getting really nice and summery here. So I thought I would eat some watermelon this week. So between those fruits and veggies, I can really have a lot of things to snack on that are 0 points. And that is my grocery haul for the week. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I'm excited about this week on Weight Watchers because it's sort of getting back on plan for me. I've been so inconsistent over the last year and a half really, but I do know that all I can do is just keep going and keep restarting. I know the plan works for me when I work it well, and now that I am sort of into summer and I feel like my stress is being managed a little bit more because I'm able to be a little bit more social, which is nice. I am looking forward to all the meals that I'm making this week. And previously I was getting HelloFresh meals, which I enjoyed doing, but because a lot of them were really higher calories and sort of like a lot of them were rice-based, or had like a fair bit of carbs in them, I found I was having a hard time working them into, not a hard time working them into my Weight Watchers plan, but I didn't get to have as much flexibility. And so I'm looking forward to doing some more cooking of recipes that I'm choosing for myself, and also just meal prep because I just love having stuff in the fridge ready to go. So I'm looking forward to that this week. As I said, my plan is to have a what I eat in a day video in a couple of days so that you can see how I use all of this. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed and you want to continue watching my content, please hit subscribe. Please like this video if you've gotten this far. It really helps me out and I just enjoy seeing that you guys like my videos. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.